Ion Torrent technology takes an entirely new approach to sequencing, making it faster, simpler, and more affordable than ever before. Unlike other sequencing technologies, Ion Torrent systems sequence DNA using a semiconductor chip, similar to the chip found in your digital camera. While the chip in your camera has a sensing layer covered with millions of pixels that translate light into digital information, an Ion chip has millions of wells covering those pixels. These wells capture chemical information from DNA sequencing and translate it into digital information, or base calls. The sequencing process starts when a sample of DNA is cut up into millions of fragments. Each fragment then attaches to its own bead and is copied until it covers the bead. This automated process covers millions of beads with millions of different fragments. These beads then flow across the chip, each depositing into a well. Then the chip is flooded with one of the 4 DNA nucleotides. Whenever a nucleotide is incorporated into a single strand of DNA, a hydrogen ion is released. This is how the Ion Torrent system sequences DNA, by reading this chemical change directly on the chip. The hydrogen ion changes the pH of the solution in the well. An ion-sensitive layer beneath the well measures that change in pH and converts it to voltage. This voltage change is recorded, indicating that the nucleotide was incorporated and the base was called. In essence, each well works as the world's smallest pH meter. The process is repeated every 15 seconds with a different nucleotide washing over the chip. For example, cytosine. A polymerase incorporates the C nucleotide in the DNA strand if a complementary G molecule is present. If the nucleotide is not complementary to the next base, no ion is released, no voltage change is recorded, and no base is called. If there are 2 identical bases next to each other, 2 nucleotides are incorporated, the voltage doubles, and the chip records 2 bases called. This process happens simultaneously in millions of wells. So regardless of whether you're using a chip with 1 million wells or 1 billion, the sequencing process takes only a few hours, a fraction of the time that it would take for traditional light-based sequencers. This process is also massively scalable. In just 2 years, chip output has increased 1,000-fold, with potential to increase even more in the future. By combining a simple chemical process with proven semiconductor technology, Ion Torrent systems simplify sequencing, making it faster, more scalable, and more accessible.